So the other day, I let my younger sister ride this beautiful Temu mini bike, and unfortunately, she did end up taking a spill and broke our brake lever. So I thought, how am I gonna fix this? I guess I'll have to swap the engine, so that's exactly what we're doing today. We're gonna be swapping out this little 79cc engine for something a little bit more tasteful. Now, mini bikes, as you know, are such a fun hobby. They offer so many smiles for the price, and not to mention you can learn basic mechanical skills. However, there is one big issue with all the mini bikes out there, and that is you're either stuck with a centrifugal force clutch that has great top end speed, but low end punch basically non-existent. Or you can buy a torque converter, which has great low end punch, super smooth, but you don't get very good top end speed. So being that there is no physical gearbox you can buy for these bikes, they're super limited. You gotta pick either between top speed or low end punch. That's where this guy comes in. Holy crap, I'm putting this down. So this is a 125cc clone engine, and it is made after, you know, the Honda Ground, the Z125, all those 125s out there by the name brands. This is a clone of those engines. Now, why is this 125 better than, you know, a 212 or a 301 or even a 100cc engine? Now, here's the thing. This thing has a 4-speed gearbox built in, not to mention it's fully manual, so you'll have a clutch, a shift lever, all that good stuff. It offers a great low-end punch because of the gearing, and also a good top-end speed. All right, so the first task for today is going to be ripping out our old engine and replacing the sprocket. This thing has a really funky small size chain. I think it's 35 or something. We want 420 because I thought that's what the engine came in, but it didn't. I had to order a new sprocket. We won't talk about that. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out the sprocket on this guy for 420, the rear sprocket on this for 420. Hopefully Amazon parts all fit because I have no way of checking that. So let's go ahead and get started. It's just so nice when you completely guess all your fitment. Definitely not with help from ChatGPT, and it just works out. Just gonna guess the torque here because torque specs are for little. Now it's time to see if this engine fits, and I'm very worried, but it's not looking good. I'm just gonna say that. Oh, really now? No. Whew. Engine almost fell there. All right, what I'm worried about right now is next, how is our carb gonna fit on here? Because right now it's looking like it might hit this little steel plate. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to cut that off. If I do, not a big deal. I'm just trying to double check all the fitment. And then once we get fitment good, I'm going to try to test out electrical, which might be a little confusing because we won't have this engine really mounted. We'll figure it out. This is mounted good enough for now. I'm gonna throw the mini bike up, see what we got. Okay, we're basically at a point where it's almost ready to weld in. I gotta make a couple brackets before we can move on to our next couple of steps. So I'm gonna cut the camera for a minute and we'll be back. All right, so we're back. We got all of our brackets to mount this engine in, completely fabricated, ready to go. The next step is get the carb mounted, get our twist throttle, our clutch levers, the rear brake, all that good stuff mounted up and ready to go. That way, once my brother gets here to weld everything in, we're good to go. And then other than that, yeah, it's just the electrical to figure out. Like I said, everything's ready to be welded on. So once he gets here, it's just boom, boom, boom. We'll be done with that, engine will be mounted. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything else situated while I wait. Look at these guys. And there we go, we have a working clutch. All right, quick update. I gotta say, this has been pretty frustrating, so I had to shut off the cameras for a minute just to get everything situated. So while I was gone, we mounted up our fuel tank, figured out the proper electrical for it. Everything works now. We're getting spark, our kill switch, our ignition works. I feel so much better. Other than that, we are basically ready to weld everything in. I grinded off our foot pegs and prepared the surface to be welded. So just about everything's ready to go at this point. We're just waiting for the welding to come in. Then we'll finish tidying up all these wires and then also finish running our fuel line because I don't want to get anything in the way of welding because that's kind of our next step before I tie down all the wires for good. Other than that, we'll just have to put oil in the engine, gas in the engine, and we're good to go. Ow, fire.
sideline, I just blow them all a kiss.
It's tight. It'll stretch really quick. I think she's ready. I think we're good. I think she's ready to try out. Holy crap, that was not worth it. All right, guys, so last night got a little bit crazy with all the building. We had to shut off the cameras for a minute because everything was just getting a little crazy. We were trying to wrap it up that night so we could test it. We ended up getting it running. We got a little test ride in, but it was pitch black, so.
Beautiful hay.
Today we're going to actually ride this thing around on camera and talk about all the little quirks with it, what's fun, what's not, and you know, just get into, was this build actually worth it? But before we jump on this little mini bike, go ahead and hit subscribe. It helps us be able to do stupid builds like this, helps me waste even more money on more stupid things, so we would really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on this thing.
Alrighty guys, here she is. Let's go ahead and hop on it. I am so excited to try this thing out. Let's go ahead and start her up. Just like that. Now the coolest thing, dude, is this tune that I got going on. It shoots flames for days, dude. Give me a dyno. Oh my gosh. Oh, she starts. It's hard to control. First gear is basically pointless. First gear is 2 seconds long. I get going, that's my max speed. Like that's as fast as I can go in first gear. So first gear, basically pointless. So I have a 50 tooth on the back, a 15 on the front. I'm gonna switch it out for a 40 on back and then a 17 in front. And I know that will help a bit with our gearing because it helped with the clone. So that's one change we will have to make. She still gets up there though. She still gets up there. Holy crap. Holy crap. One thing I did want to, go over for a minute. How is the ergonomics? Because we moved our foot pegs back. And I gotta tell you, dude, it's not that comfortable. My seat keeps on hitting this rear gas tank. Now, I think that would be an easy fix, to be honest. Let's look at it real quick. So I think what I need to do is move this seat all the way back and move this tank up front, and I think it would be perfect. But right now, my butt's constantly hitting this. I'm basically sitting on this because our foot pegs went from here to there. So just one little nitpicky thing that I do want to change eventually. Now, one thing that really concerns me about this bike is the ground clearance, because you can't buy headers made for this contraption, right? So we had to weld our own little guy up here. As you can see, that's not our proudest weld right there, but it's okay. We got the header welded, but look at how low it is to the ground. So I can lean, but right there I'm hitting, which is a little concerning, especially being that we ride this thing off-road a bit. I think one of my solutions is if I get a little bit taller tires, it should give us just enough to make it better, to where it's not like we're constantly scraping the ground. But honestly, just riding it around the yard here, I haven't had too many issues, so I think we're good for now, but eventually we'll get taller tires. All right, guys, as you know, we're going to do a top speed test, so I got my handy-dandy GPS speed tracker. We're gonna go ahead and start that. All right, let's go ahead and start her up and see our top speed. All right, and GPS is going in 3, 2, 1. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I forgot I only got a rear brake. 23.6 miles an hour. I'm not complaining about that. That is not bad, and I think it had just a hair more to give, to be honest. But once I get the new Sprockets on, I'm curious to see what the new top speed will be. For how punchy this thing is, I'm not complaining about 23 miles an hour, dude, because it freaking yanks you right off the handlebars. It's so torquey, it's just nuts. So not disappointed with that speed at all. All right, so one thing with this bike is because the gears are so short, the wheelie power on this is crazy, but you have to be in about third gear, second gear at least to wheelie. First gear is just nothing. You basically go 3 feet. We're gonna fix that though. So let me show you just how good this is at wheeling, and I gotta be careful because unlike a real motorcycle, I have my rear brake up by my throttle, which is really confusing for wheelies. So we'll try not to loop this thing and just destroy all of our progress, but let me give you a demonstration here. All right, here's a clutch up.
All right, so let's talk about this build for a minute. How much time did we have in total? Was it worth it? It took us about 7 hours from start to finish, and I was by myself for most of that. So a lot of what took long was honestly just the welding in place, making all the custom brackets to mount up the engine, because this frame is not made for this engine, obviously. So that's what took the majority of the time. And then honestly, the one thing that we did not expect to be so difficult was the exhaust. We had to weld a custom piece to match the header up so we could fit it properly. And not to mention, we were like, oh wait, we can't run it where we wanted to because the foot peg was right there and you don't want your foot melting off. So we had to do a lot of adjustments to make, you know, the actual exhaust work. But once we got that going, it wasn't really too bad. Now, is this build gonna be reliable? That's a question that only time can tell, because we're not really sure. You know, this is a pretty scrappy little build. So the only thing I might be worried about is the break-in, because with my current gearing, I'm completely ripping those RPMs up as high as they can go. I'm a little worried about the engine break-in right now until I get the new sprocket and new gearing for it. It just eats RPM like nothing. So that worries me a little bit, but we'll make sure to do our oil changes for the break-in and everything. But honestly, my clone, I never did a proper break-in procedure and it ended up being fine. So I think we might be good on that. But other than that, this was an absolute blast to build. Holy crap, that was not worth it. You know, it was a good learning experience, and I'm really excited to get the proper gearing on this and rip it around. You know, right now our top speed's around 30 miles an hour, but once we get that new sprocket in, I'm guessing it's gonna be around 40, 45-ish, which will be pretty sweet for such a tiny little mini bike. So I'm super excited. I think this is a great build. If you have any build suggestions, let me know. Other than that, that's all we have for today.